All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to hold on to your seat because you get a double dose of the Simeon Henderson Show this week. We were live last night with American actress and author Brayley Evans. It was a dope show. We had a great time, and we just motivated the people, talked to the people, and got to know Brayley and why she do what she does. But tonight, I'm especially excited about this show tonight. I have some distinguished guests today, and we are going to be talking about the awesome fraternity of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. I have with me today none other than the international first vice president of Phi Beta Sigma Incorporated. It's going down. So tell your people to turn in. If you know any Sigmas, you know any Zetas, or just anybody in the Greek panhandle, tell them to tune in because we're getting ready for the Global Founders Day tomorrow for Phi Beta Sigma Incorporated, and it's going to be a great time. So you know how we do it. Let's get into the Simeon Henderson Show right now.
Ain't no stopping now, it ain't no stopping now. Ain't no stopping now, there ain't no stopping now. Ain't no stopping now, it ain't no stopping now. Ain't no stopping now, it ain't no stopping now. This what you wanted, cause ain't no turning back. This what you wanted, cause ain't no turning back.
All right, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to our special Friday night edition of the Simeon Henderson Show, where we are giving a voice to the people. Tonight, we're super excited to celebrate the men of Phi Beta Sigma Incorporated with the 107 years of brotherhood, scholarship, and service right here on the Simeon Henderson Show. Founded January 9th, 1914 on the campus of Howard University. Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity is a brotherhood of conscious men actively serving their communities. All right. And we're leading the nation and on university campuses everywhere. It is so exciting to be a member of Phi Beta Sigma, and I am pleased to have leading Sigma man, International First Vice President, Honorable Chris Ray with me as a special guest right here on the Simeon Henderson Show as we kick off the Pre-Founders Day show right here. So this is our global Founders Day, and we're talking about 107 years. So before I bring in my special guest, let me show you a little quick clip about Phi Beta Sigma and who we are.
When Langston Hughes uttered, "America never was America to me," he was honestly assessing the overt racial, social, economic strife, and injustice that characterized our United States at the turn of the century. Conditions that urged innovative change agents to lift every voice and sing, to shake the very heavens in pursuit of liberty and justice for all, to join hands with other like-minded souls in pursuit of intellectual, spiritual, and professional development in order to better serve all of humanity. These revolutionaries, these vanguards of a movement, took the responsibility for change personally and committed their lives to higher ideas. They laid the foundation for a victory they would never see. They planted seeds for the fruit they would never taste. Almost 100 years ago, three humble visionaries lit a torch on the campus of Howard University in Washington, D.C., and took the first steps. The rest is history.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people. I want to say, Chris V. Ray, congratulations on your success as a leader in Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, and you are the international first vice president of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. It is my honor, brother, to have you on my show and to share this platform with you. And I just want to start off. I want to kick it off, man. Tell us how you were initiated into or introduced to Phi Beta Sigma and how you excel in becoming a leader in our our international first vice president.
Well, first of all, Brother Henderson, I appreciate the platform. I appreciate the opportunity. Congratulations to you on your success. And of course, I love your tagline, bringing a voice to the people, being a voice for the people and a place where, everyday folks can come and share what's going on and giving them a voice to issues that are out there. I joined Phi Beta Sigma in the fall of '96 on the campus of East Carolina University.
East Carolina,
baby. Zanu, the X-rated chapter. That's what we used to call ourselves back in the day. East Carolina University at Zanu, and I was an All-American. I was a track and field guy. So when I went to East Carolina, there was multiple brothers that was on the track team that were Sigmas. We would travel to track meets, and they would always, of course, I'm a freshman. I'm watching and I'm looking, and they would, no matter what track meet we went to, there'd be these Sigmas that would come from other schools and just come and hang out with our brothers. And then there would be, at that time I didn't know who they were. They were girls, but there was Zetas. And so what was happening is that there were always all this love that always was shown everywhere we went. And I was like, man, so I grew up by myself. So I didn't grow up with my brothers and none of that stuff like that. So just was really moved by that. And then watching them on campus, the guys were always involved, always doing things on campus. And I said, I want to be a part of that. And got online, went through the MIP process in '96 and was successful in becoming a member of the organization and got involved at the state level as a collegiate. I was the associate secretary for the state of North Carolina. And from there, my path just kind of took off. I ended up becoming a collegiate leader at the regional level. Then I became the international second vice president at the time, which is the highest collegiate position on the board. And it just was snowballing. And after that, there was always opportunities for me to serve in leadership capacities where I served as the national technology director, past regional director, national social action director, and now I'm the international first vice president. So it's been an entertaining 24 years.
So listening to you, I now know that I'm playing catch up. I'm playing catch up, and it's like, but I truly, when I became a Sigma, I became a Sigma for all the right reasons, because of the brotherhood, the community service, and things like that. And it was just one of those things where I was serious about Sigma, always serious about Sigma. And see, so no, not only did you become a Sigma, you embody what we talk about when we pledge and what we study and what we go through. And that's why I'm so excited to have you on the show and to be linked with you now, because now we're linked. So there's nothing you can do about it. And we were connected before we got connected. That's right. Because I know that your whole Believe campaign is that's me all day. I mean, I did a whole album about Believe.
I heard, man.
So it's one of those things where, man, I truly appreciate what you've done and what you're doing, because it's because of brothers like you and that brothers like me can come back into the fold and do things to help. And everybody needs to just learn how to play their role. And when we talk about this, you are a candidate for international president. So that, man, to me is so cool, because right now you're international first vice president. Anytime you got president in your title, it's a great thing. So now you're going for the international president, and I support you, and the Simeon Henderson Show supports you, and you're just a great brother of Phi Beta Sigma, man. And we're gonna make sure that we get it out there and let people know to support you and how they can support you. So let me go here. when you talk about the things you do, not only with Sigma, but using Sigma as a platform to go out into the community and the country. You have the Believe campaign, right?
Right.
What brought forth that Believe campaign, and what is it about?
Sure. So when I first joined Sigma, people would always ask, why did you join Phi Beta Sigma? And my response always has been because I believe in the power of what men can do when they come together for their communities. I mean, that was honestly how I felt. And so throughout my journey in the organization, when I've seen Sigma men show up after hurricanes, I've seen Sigma men feed people in homeless shelters. I've seen Sigma men walk through the halls of Congress and lobby for issues that they know were going to impact Black men's health, or create opportunities for folks that was less fortunate, or get or fight for healthcare for those that they knew that needed. I've seen Sigma men roll up their sleeves and mentor thousands of young men. I've seen Sigma men go across the waters and fight wars. I've seen Sigma men sit in boardrooms and make decisions that impact the lives of millions of people. And so to me, I was like, if you just believe in the power of what we can be and the impact that we can have as an organization, imagine if we could develop a whole campaign around that. Yeah. Men being empowered. So, so our campaign's administration theme will be empowering generations of men to believe in advocacy, community service, and engagement. Because I fundamentally believe in my very core that if men believe and understand the power of what they have, they can change the world. And that's just not rhetoric. I absolutely believe that. At my core, I believe that.
And I just listening to you, and you, I can see the sincerity in your voice, and I can feel it coming through the broadcast. And I feel you, because since the pandemic, and if you look on my social media, on my YouTube, since the pandemic, I've been feeding the homeless, been giving COVID tests, working in the communities, and just out on the front line, just showing people that there are people out here that care about you. And we know it's a lot of different people doing a lot of things. But tonight, we're talking about the men of Phi Beta Sigma. Tonight, I'm talking about Chris V. Ray. Tonight, I'm talking about Jarrod Benjamin. I'm talking about two brothers in particular, two distinguished brothers that have dedicated their lives to the service and well-being of people. And I want to say this, and I'll this is my segue into it. I'll put the I don't know if people can really see it, but I'll put the little clip on the top of your head to the left of you. That's the Crescent magazine with Honorable Brother John Lewis, and I was blessed and honored to be featured in the Crescent magazine as a man of Sigma, and because of the works that I've been doing. To me, that means the world. To me, like in my eyes, all of the things that I've done to have that recognition by the fraternity that I wear every day, either on my wrist every day. I forgot to take it off during my last movie shoot. So oh man, he a Sigma. But just it's just to embody what we do and who we are. It's a testament to everything that you're talking about. So Chris,
congratulations on that.
No, thank you, brother. And I'm just, like I said, I'm excited to be connected to you, man, because this is huge for me. And this is, to me, it's more than any movie that I've done or anything that I've done. This is up there with writing the books and stuff, because that's all to help people, and it's about service. So Chris, let me ask you this, because I want people to understand, because people are going to see this. I want them to understand and know why they should support you. So as a candidate for international president, how do you plan to move Sigma forward?
Well, for all the brothers of Sigma who's going to see this, judge me by my works. Know me by the work that I've done and the things that I've been engaged in as an organization from the very beginning. I look at Sigma, not the Sigma of today, but I see the Sigma for tomorrow. And so one of the things when you're looking at deciding who's going to be a leader, Is it an individual who's just talking about a rhetoric of issues that we have right now? Or are you looking for someone who's addressing the issues we have, but setting us up for success for the future? So because the Sigma that I see is a Sigma that has more than one building at 145 Kennedy Street, where our headquarters is, right? In the coming year, we're going to tear down that building and we're going to build a new headquarters. But the difference is that in the next century of service, that headquarters is going to have affordable housing, 4 stories of affordable housing on top of our headquarters. And so imagine Phi Beta Sigma replicating that project all over the country. So imagine us getting in the affordable housing business now, where we're now owning properties, that we're building facilities, and we're taking people and getting them into homes and changing their lives. That's the fraternity of the future that I see. Imagine clinics in communities where there isn't any clinics right now. But those clinics are being staffed by Sigma nurses, Zeta nurses, and all of a sudden now we're creating our own ecosystem. Charter schools that are going to have Sigma teachers, Zeta teachers. Again, there is so much that we can do, but it's about really, number one, believing in that power. This ain't no mom and pop show no more, right? This is not, we are college educated men that should be doing grown men things. And grown men things in the 21st century is us owning multiple properties as an organization, us sitting at the table of leadership in Washington, D.C. and parliaments and palaces around the country, around the world, and being able to say, these are the issues that are being impacted. Phi Beta Sigma's here to address them. What can we do? We're here to roll up our sleeves. And by the way, you could check our Carfax and know the work that we've done.
Yeah, I like that. Check the Carfax, because anytime you want to know if it's approved and ready, check the Carfax. I love that. I love that analogy. And Chris, also talk to us about about serving alongside brother Congressman John Lewis. What was that like?
Well, let me first say, I miss him. I miss him every day. I met John Lewis in 2003 at our conclave in Memphis, Tennessee. John was when I first met him. I remember he said to me, I was his chaperone for that week that he was there at the conclave, and he said, "Young brother, you're going to run for public office one day, and when you do, I'll be there." And I said, "I am never going to run for public office." I was like, I'm going to help people run for office, but I'm never going to run for office. He said, "You will, and when you do, I'll be there." Lo and behold, about 8 years later, I ran for mayor of the city that I grew up in, and John Lewis came, and campaigned for me, raised money for me. But he had always, and he didn't just do it the one time I ran. I ran for mayor 3 times. I won all 3 times, and he came and campaigned for me all 3 times. And so he was just a man of his word. But I learned so much from him. Humility, understanding that, the work that we're doing has nothing to do with us, but has everything to do with the people that will never have the opportunities that we have, right? And so as I always tell people when especially young people, when I speak to them, especially those who are in college, and I learned this from John Lewis, the degrees that you get are not for you. They're for the world. And so John Lewis, that's what he taught me. Everyone matters, no matter your skin color, no matter, your background, and doesn't matter your sexual orientation. Everybody matters.
Right.
He was a true humanitarian, and for that will always be a part of me. And so I will always approach any issues, any policies, asking the hard question: how does this impact people? Not just Black people, not just white people, not just Hispanics or Asians or Native Americans. How does this just impact people? Is this good for people? And that's what I learned from him, and I'm just grateful to have had that time to sit at his feet as one of my ancestors. He poured into me, and I will continue that legacy until I cease to have breath in my body.
I appreciate that, brother. And so, let me tell you the cool thing about what you just said. For those brothers like me who never got a chance to serve alongside John Lewis and work with him, now to have the opportunity to work with you, it's an extension.
Absolutely.
And you get that experience all over. So that's why it's about paying it forward. And that's why I'm so excited right now, because this connection, is divine. And it's one that's going to affect change, in the world with our people and with people in general. So thank you for everything you just said. And I have to ask you this before we get out of here. I have to ask you this. In addition to going to college, you served in the military.
Yes.
God bless you.
Or
That's why I played sports, because I was never serving in the military. But don't get me wrong, my dad, my uncles, I had a plethora of a lot of my family members served in the military. And
right.
And I applaud you guys for doing that. Let me ask you this. What leadership skills did you acquire in the military that are beneficiary or helped you in being a leader with the fraternity?
Oh man. Well, the first thing the military teaches you is how, especially as an officer. So I was on both sides. I was an enlisted soldier, and then I became an officer. And one of the things that being in those roles taught me was, number one, how to manage people, how to manage resources. That's one of the first key things when you're a leader in an organization like this, because Phi Beta Sigma is a multi-million-dollar nonprofit organization. And you have to treat it as such, right? You have to treat it as such. And so my time in the military has taught me how to work with those individuals, how to work with people from different backgrounds, individuals with different point of views, that was always amazing. But then also at the same time, it taught me how to really war game out and strategize on how to get to the objective. How no matter how insurmountable it looked like it was, you have to be able to find a way to get to the objective and get to the mission. As International First Vice President, I'm over membership. In this past, we had a global pandemic. One of the things that was said was, membership is going to take a hard hit, because, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Brothers ain't gonna want to pay their money. We have brothers losing their jobs or whatever the case may be. And so I faced that in the early part of 2020. But in 2020, at the end of 2020, Phi Beta Sigma celebrated its most financial membership in the 106-year history of the fraternity. Why? Because I was able to stare down the issue, develop the right strategic plan, motivate the troops, and we went to work and we made it happen. That's what I learned from the military, and that's what I'm going to be bringing into the office of International First Vice President.
And you know how I know that's true? Because guess who was one of those brothers that became financial again during the pandemic?
Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
I want to give a big shout out to my brother, who was my creative director for the Simeon Henderson show, Sheldon Smith. And I want to give a big shout out to Andre Hampton. Let me tell you something. These brothers, man, and Andre, when I say Andre was on me, then my pledge father, Martise Ford, then my dean, Willie Mitchell. But I'm just saying, and a shout out to ABO. So I pledged through UIC, right, which is IA, because I went to Elmhurst and we didn't have a chapter.
Right, gotcha.
But now we have a chapter, ABO. So shout out to ABO and IA. So I'm from two chapters pretty much. But I was just determined, Chris, not to, even though we didn't have a chapter, I had to become a Sigma. I didn't care how it was going to happen. I knew I had to become a Sigma, and Willie Mitchell and Terrell Burton made that happen with Charles I. Talbert, Eric Warner. And it's just, man, them brothers, man, I all of these brothers, I can go on and on and on. But now being connected with you, brother, it's I already know some big things are about to happen. So I'm letting you know right now, all you got to do is pick up the phone. I'm there, whatever we got to do. And I'll be calling on you, because this whole Believe campaign and what you stand for is what I'm all about. And I'm saying it to you personally and verbalizing it, but you look at my body of work, it is what it is. Yeah, absolutely. So man, I want to thank you, brother. And I look forward to seeing international president instead of first president, vice president on your title, because you are a born leader, man. You were built for this. And I just want you to understand and know that, as brothers, we have to support each other. And even with running for president, we know that there are other Sigmas that are running for president and vice president, things like that. But my thing is this, brothers, whoever we put in that position, we have to support them just like we would want you to support us if we were in that, because at the end of the day, it's about unity. So thank you, Chris.
I appreciate you, man. And just a little quick shout out to all those names that you just mentioned, especially for the ones who brought you back home to the fold, especially Brother Hampton. I got to do a shout out for him because he plays no games.
No,
he is serious about Phi Beta Sigma, and he's serious about bringing brothers back home. And I thank brothers like him because we were successful because of brothers like that.
Yeah.
Because why? Because Sigma's in a place now where we need brothers like you that have platforms that are able to continue to expand what it is that we're doing.
Yep.
People need to know about the work of this organization, and so I am grateful that you're part of the team. You already part of Team Believe, but now you're part of Team Believe 1914.
I'm in it.
Now you're in it, man. And so I'm excited for you, and I appreciate you. And I love to just close on that last statement you said. We have seen in this country what happens when one side is not successful and they take the ball and they go home. And our fraternity cannot be like that. If one side doesn't win or whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, we're all Sigmas. My hope is that we'll be unified. Of course, I want to be successful and want to be the next president of this organization. But I can assure you, if it is not the will of the brothers and it's not God's will, I'll just roll up my sleeves on Sunday, the day after conclave, and just keep on doing the work of the fraternity. Because nothing's going to change that, whether I'm the president or not, man. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here with you today.
Oh, man, it's awesome. And I look forward to being able to work with you at conclave or whatever we have coming up, because it is about believing. Everybody, we have the international first vice president who's running for international president of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, my brother, Chris V. Ray. I just want to let you know I sent you the download already, and we will be sending you the hard copy signed. And because of your Believe campaign and everything that you're doing, as you go out and I get ready for my next guest, Brother Jarrod, I wanted to leave the people with this. Believe in yourself, believe in your abilities, and you will win. And that's why this Believe segment that's going to play right now is for you, dedicated from Brother Chris Ray and myself right here on the Simeon Henderson Show. Believe. Go, Mom.
Believe.
Believe. In order to live your dreams, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your talents, and you have to believe in your abilities. Do you realize that God has given you a gift? Do you realize that some people dream about the opportunities that you have to get up in front of hundreds of people and give them something, to make them believe in something, to give them hope, to make them laugh, or to make them cry? Do you understand and realize that you've been blessed with the gift of talent? People will sit and watch you as you touch their hearts, you touch their spirits. People will be healed of past hurts and pains. People will find the strength or the courage and the faith to come out of any situation. You'll help someone who's been going through tough times with your gifts, with your talents. What I'm saying is this: grab a hold of this time, of this moment, and this opportunity to be great, because everyone won't have the chance to show their greatness, that greatness that dwells within them, simply because they won't step out on faith. And when you talk about faith, it's the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. We have to believe that we can have whatever we want and do whatever we want, even when we can't see it. When you dig deep and you just go for it, and you walk in your purpose, you walk in your dreams, you will achieve your goals. Make your mother, your father, your parents, make them proud. Make everyone who's watching feel honored and blessed to know you and be part of your life, because you stood for something, and most important, let them see that you dare to be great. Let them see that it's possible to live their dreams. What are you going to do? The choice is yours. Make a decision. Step up and step out. and have faith. Have confidence in yourself and your abilities, and nothing will be withheld from you. If you only believe in yourself.
Brother Chris V. Ray.
Come on, I'm taking all that. I'm taking all that. You can hear all that again. You can hear all that again. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful, brother. It's just going to be great. This is going to be great.
To you, brother. Hey, everybody watching, make sure that you share this. Make sure you support Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated and our Global Founders Day, February 9th, everywhere. Make sure you guys tune in and support my brother, Chris V. Ray, as he embarks on this journey to become the international president of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. No better man for the job. He will get the job done, and his track record is proven. So I appreciate you, brother. Go Mob, and we'll be in touch.
All right, man. Please visit believe1914.com, my brother.
Yeah, yes, I got it pulled up on the computer already.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Everybody, Chris V. Ray. So everybody, you're watching the Simeon Henderson Show, where we are giving a voice to the people. This is the Pre-Founders Day show for the 107 years of service of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. And my next guest, man, this brother, we actually kind of look like brothers. If you look at him when he come on here, we actually kind of look like brothers, but he's the past international second vice president, Honorable Brother Jarrod Benjamin. And this brother is Sigma all day. Okay. So I just want to say this: the Phi Beta Sigma Pre-Founders Day special edition of the Simeon Henderson Show is proud to event to introduce this man. This weekend, Men of Sigma will celebrate 107 years. Okay, we have our founders, Honorable Brother A. Langston Taylor, Honorable Brother Leonard F. Morris, Honorable Brother Charles I. Brown, and I've been fortunate enough and blessed enough to have Brother Chris V. Ray, and now brother, I'm gonna call him JDB, right here on the Simeon Henderson Show. Please, guys, without further ado, please welcome my brother Jarrod.
Man, it is a pleasure to be before the people today, man. Thank you for that warm introduction. You know, nothing excites me more than Phi Beta Sigma. So that we have grown, matured, and thrived for 107 years. I'm simply excited. I'm excited for what's next. I know what we've accomplished. In fact, I've studied what we've accomplished. I've examined what we've accomplished. I've researched what we've accomplished. But in this moment, I'm celebrating what's next. And in that excitement alone, I'm telling you, man, I get fired up knowing that there's more to do for Phi Beta Sigma. Mm-hmm. There's more work for us to do. And even though we say we're a culture for service, what I've learned is that we bleed service. A lot of shirts say we bleed blue. I'm excited about the service that we're going to continue to bleed through civic activism, through social engagement, through political structure, and changing things in a systematic way.
Yes, yes.
A lot of folks have really, good brother, I'll be honest with you, a lot of folks have grown frustrated in what we've recently seen in our society and nation. And I said, you know, I'm not frustrated at what I've known. I'm finally excited that I get to view what I've already known.
Right.
And now that we got a chance to see it with our own eyes, we got a chance to be validated in what we already knew. Now, how do we build level ground for these privileges?
Yes, yes. And that's the key right there. Look, now make sure, am I saying your name right? Is it Jarrod or Jarrod? Is Jarrod or Jarrod?
Yeah, Jarrod.
Jarrod. I do. Because, you know, when we see, and if I see that, I say Jarrod, but it's Jarrod. And I have to make sure I say it right, brother, because I will not spend this whole interview saying your name wrong.
I thank you, brother. I thank you.
Jarrod. So Jarrod, looking at you, brother, I just want to start at the beginning. Let's start at the beginning when we talk about you as a Sigma man. Mm-hmm. Tell us what was your initiation to Sigma, and what led you to serving as second vice president? So what made you want to become a Sigma? And then what took you to the point where you said, you know what, I want to serve to the highest?
Oh man, it was like, so my introduction to Sigma, man, shout out to the state director, Johnny Davis in Hawaii. I joined Phi Beta Sigma through the Gamma Epsilon Gamma chapter on Hawaii Pacific University.
Oh, wow.
First undergraduate chapter we had chartered that was still a part of the United States, but outside of the contingent United States. You know, we did have an overseas undergrad chapter. Shout out to my Bahama brothers. You know, but being able to charter that chapter on the island and be a part of that process made me appreciate Sigma much like ever before at a very early state of Sigma. You know, I got to see it in our isolated island on one of the smallest regions, the Western region. So when you say what charged me to become a desire for International Second Vice, well, first, I was the elected charter president of the chapter. And even though I enjoyed my entry into Sigma, I said, you know, for what we paid and been through, I want to be sure this is perfect for the next group. So I began to think right then, how can I ensure as we continue the pipeline of Sigma and build a pathway to Sigma, people see us as a sophisticated upgrade, an enhancement to life as a man. And so then I went to the Western Region Conference and went to my first regional conference and was overflowed with excitement. Had the chance to meet the Honorable Jonathan Mason, Sr., our 34th International President, spent a little time with him. And I shared my interest in wanting to continue to have a military and a collegiate presence there. So serving in the military as a veteran, reaching the rank of Chief Warrant Officer 3, I knew I possessed the leadership to make it happen. And I was excited that I was trusted to make it happen at that time.
That's what I'm talking about, brother. I put you front and center because I wanted you to be the focal point of it's almost like you are running for office, right?
Yes, yes, definitely.
You and hear you and not be, distracted by my nose or something. So, man, listening to what you're saying, it was so eloquently put. And that's why I said about you and Brother Chris about you being distinguished guys, distinguished men of Sigma. But this is the cool thing. I'm looking at him and I'm looking at you and I'm looking at him going for president and I'm looking at you going for first vice president. So I'm looking at two brothers who I feel would bring a wealth of knowledge and information to the positions. Not only that, but that can work together cohesively in order to make this a better fraternity for the country and our communities that we serve, because we're always serving. And when you talk about serving, let me ask you this. If elected to international first vice president, what would be your vision for Phi Beta Sigma fraternity?
Man, first of all, our campaign slogan is Think Big 1914. In all things that we do, I aspire to doing big. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't want a brother to ever use the words under our administration, they paid to be a Sigma or they paid to reinstate. In my belief, I believe I didn't even pay to be a Sigma. I invested early on. And because I had a faith-based upbringing, the Bible tells me I was going to live at least 70 if I just be obedient to God's word. So I did the math, and biblically and physically now in our binary thought process, or even in our decimal thought process, 70 is 70 years.
Yes.
I said, if I could just make it to 70 years, at the age I joined Sigma, I have about a good 60, almost about 54 years in Sigma that I get to really enjoy that thing in a good way. So what I do is the money that I invested, I divided it by 365 days and divided it by how many years I want to last. And come to find out, I didn't pay a dime to be a Sigma. I invested roughly about 6.7 cents a day to be a Sigma. And in my administration, or our administration, because I welcome all the brothers to support it, in our administration, we're not going to focus on what you paid or what you thought you paid. It's what we can give you a return on the investment that you're making by day. And as I examine the brotherhood and really think through how I built the campaign, as I examine what the yield on our investment was, come to find out, y'all, we're getting more than we paid for. You get a yield of brotherhood. You get a yield of professional networking. You get a yield of grassroots entrepreneurship because you already got a customer base we call brothers. Man. You get yield of genuine advice with soul searching integrity. You get a year of wisdom because we got what we call old heads. We got middle heads where I kind of reside. You get a yield of a little bit of experience, and then we got neophyte bros that I will never downgrade because they bring a yield of youth to us.
Yes,
so
yes.
All the things that we gather, come to find out, we have a talent pool in itself, and I got to be sure that I exhaust all my effort and expertise to be sure that you feel like every time you a Sigma man under our administration that you pregnant with possibility just waiting to perform. So I want that all of the people and all of my brothers that are pregnant with possibility get to birth performance. And that performance is going to be the service that continues to make you invest, reclaim, reinstate, recruit. All of those things will increase the membership. And that's my sole responsibility as your international first vice president. Now, brother, I got to be real with you, brother. I am going through a non-traditional track to this office. I'm much younger than the traditional international first vice president. I figured I'd tell the story before you go in the back channels and tell him he's a little bit younger. I am, but I survived a full career in the military, and I've led in peacetime and wartime. And I don't feel like any Sigma's going to have to pick up their battle axe and defend the country at this moment in peacetime. So I'm prepared to lead in peacetimes and wartime. I simply ask you to let me lead you so that I can increase our goals that we've set in our historic administration that we have now, and allow me to lead you to the next level. So when 15,000 and 20,000 financial members become common language and not exemplary performance.
Can I do this for you?
What you got, brother?
I'm about to do this for you right now. I'm dropping the mic. Look. Hey, you got my vote. Hey. Let me tell you what's so powerful about something you said, right? When I became a Sigma, I was an athlete. You know, I love helping and doing service. I never knew one day that I would write a book. More, and I have several, and I have a album and different things. I never knew I'd be an actor. I never knew I would do those things, right? So it was never my intention to join Sigma so my brothers could support what I've made. You know, none of that, right? But one thing Andre talked to me about, Andre Hampton and Shelton Smith and other brothers talked to me about, they were like, man, you have a whole army of brothers.
That part.
That, like, there's nowhere in the world, and I'm not trying to be funny, but there's nowhere in the world that I should not have already sold 1,000 copies easily of my book or my album at $10 a piece. No reason why. And it's not that I'm trying to make money. I make my living, Jarrod, motivating, inspiring, and encouraging people. So what you just said spoke volumes to me. You're investing and you're getting something that's going to help you build and grow. So when I listen to everything that you're saying, that's what makes me want to vote for you. That's what makes me want to follow you and be under your leadership, is because of what you're saying. And it's selfless, brother. It's selfless. And you're breaking it down and you're making it plain where a baby can chew it. And when people can understand, where do we lose as people? We lose right between our ears. We don't know, or we don't understand, or we get stressed out, and we get bogged down because we just don't know. But the way you broke it down, brother, if you can't understand that, you can't understand anything. And if you can't understand it, just let us know, and we're going to explain it to you a little bit more.
That's real. That's real. We welcome it. We welcome it. We welcome it.
So man, listening to that, and I see what you bring. I see what you bring, what you brought, what you're bringing, and what you will continue to bring. Let me ask you this question. Tell us about your professional career at Florida International University. Now, I got to ask you this real quick. Do you still work with Florida International University?
Definitely, yes. I'm the director of cybersecurity, and I'm also a professor of quantitative methods, microeconomics, and also business stats.
So let me just throw this in there. My son, Simeon Henderson II, who, of course, you know what he wants to be, right? That's one. He's a senior in high school. That's one of the schools that I literally just told him to.
Man, we welcome. Now, you know I got to do the pitch now, brother. First, your son, he is to reach out to me. We are the fourth largest school in the nation with 54,000 students, 17,000 faculty and staff. We are a minority serving institution, Hispanic serving institution, and also positioned to ensure that your son is able to not only thrive and be educated, but graduate prepared to enter the global workforce.
Man, look, let me tell you.
I can tell you, you tell your son, come on down here, and the Good Sigma brothers gonna take care of him. And the Lambda Tau chapter on Florida International University does have a home waiting for that good brother.
But let me tell you something, why I'm so excited. Because see, first of all, before this, I had no idea you were connected to that school.
Yeah.
And this conversation has been going on for the past 3 weeks about FIU, you know, because he was looking at Barry or something else. But what I told him, and I strongly believe in this, brother. I told Simeon because we're men of God. I come from over 100 years of ministry, brother. I come from over 100 years of ministry. And I told him, I said, man, just continue to have faith, continue to stay focused, and what's supposed to happen is going to happen. And here we go right here, brother.
Yeah.
About the benefits of being a part of a great organization.
The return on your investment in real life. You know what I'm saying? Non-scripted. Now your son, if he comes to FIU, he got a second home. We're going to take care of that, brother.
Look, and look, and then look, and I already told him, I said, I'm letting you know, wherever you go to school, I might just come on down there.
Even hey, you know you're always good here. My casa, your casa, good brother.
Hey, look. Besides being an actor, my major is in education and leadership. And I'm gonna tell you, man, when you guys talking to you and talking to Chris, I'm talking to brothers of faith and looking at you brothers and listening to you. We're in the right place, brother. We're in the right place at the right time to do the right things.
Yeah,
that's why it's so exciting. And man, when I listen to you, I hear ministry all in your voice.
Oh, man,
and your aura, and you exude it. But the thing that people have to understand, and I always tell people this, when you think about faith and things like that, stop getting super spiritual, stop getting spooky, and look at it for what it is.
Yes.
Faith is a substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen. How many times have you wanted something, or you asked your parents, or your kids asked you, and they say, I can't get it right now, Jarrod, but I'm going to get it. That's all you needed to hear.
Man, faith so far, bro. Faith has brought us far, man.
Man, look.
Faith has brought our fraternity far. Let's be I even thought about, as I begin to structure not even just my campaign, but also just position myself as a leader in Sigma for all the years that I've served in Sigma. I said, what have we overcome? When we say our cause has speed on its way, what has our cause really went past? I think about Emmett Till in 1955. I think about Rosa Parks sitting in the bus in 55. I even think about the Central High School during moments of integration in 1957, when the church even got burnt up in around 63. MLK got murdered in 68. The Million Man March that we participated in, and they used our headquarters as a headquarters for the Million Man March in 95. I even think about Dr. Anthony Samad, one of our Sigma brothers, a DSC member, who was a part of the Obama campaign that brought a historical election. And most recently, on the 20th, I think about our good D9 sister, Kamala Harris, who has broke barriers not only in race, but also genderism, and showing that gender privilege has no effectiveness when Black folk go out and touch the polls. Overflowed in knowing that our cause speeds on its way. Even other day, when folks decided to be domestic terrorists and enter our capital, we got to show that when we peacefully protest, the only difference between protesting as terrorism is that the color of our skin shows us that work is still yet to be done by those who are willing to invest in this thing we call Phi Beta Sigma. So I simply ask is, if you're serious about our cause speeding on our way, put on your saddle, like my grandpa say, get out because we're going to have to do something to this ground to be sure that Sigma man is still in the trenches working in that battlefield that we call social action, bigger and better business in education.
Man, look, hey, boy, I'm going to tell you right now, you two brothers have made my Friday night.
Yes, indeed.
Doing an extra show for.
Yes, indeed, brother.
Oh, man. So, man, look, hey, everybody, you're watching the Simeon Henderson Show where we're giving a voice to the people. This is the pre-Global Founders Day show. I wanted to sit down with two distinguished men of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. We had the international first vice president, Chris V. Ray. And now we have brother Jarrod D. Benjamin. I call him JDB now. And he is the former second international vice president, now running for first international vice president. We want to put brothers like this in office because they are going to bring to not only Sigma, but to the communities and the country and the culture what's needed. So let's look out for these brothers and let's give them our support. And as men of Phi Beta Sigma, we are here to serve, and that's what we do. And it's just a pleasure to share this platform with you, brother. I got to get one of those shirts.
I got you, bro. Hey, this is Rho Sigma, Miami, Florida. Rho Sigma chapter.
Hey,
we gonna take care of you, brother.
I got to get one of those shirts. So Florida International is in Miami, right?
It is. We have Lambda Tau chapter. Rho Sigma is our alumni chapter, and Beta Pi is at Florida Memorial University.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure, do me a favor, I'm going to make sure Sheldon gets your information for me, so you can share your information with me so I can reach out to you. And not only that, I will be sending you the download for the Believe album.
Thank you. I'm gonna bang it too, brother.
I'll be sending that, and I want to just get in tune with you, from this day forward, because now it's about the work, and the only way to do great works is to do it together as a unit and a team. And I appreciate you and your service and everything you stand for, and I totally support you. You can always have a home right here on the Simeon Henderson Show. You can anytime you want to come on and talk or share your thoughts or whatever you're doing. And not only that, besides that, off book, you can hit me up anytime, brother, and we will connect.
Thank you, brother. Y'all follow your boy at electbenjamin1914.com. We look forward to serving as your international first vice president. So
hold on, wait a second. I can't let you go out like that. So I didn't know the so it's
electbenjamin1914.com.
Okay, so I just want to put it up so everybody can catch on to that. Is that right? Benjamin.
That's on point, man. That's on point.
Benjamin
1914.com. Perfect.
I had to make sure I get that. I try to be on point about having all of that stuff, but I didn't have that.
You good, brother. I appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate you, brother, and everybody that's watching. Thank you for tuning in to the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people. Today is January 8th. Tomorrow, January 9th, 2021, we will be celebrating 107 years of service of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. I want to give a big shout out to our founders, the Honorable A. Langston Taylor, the Honorable Leonard F. Morris, the Honorable Charles I. Brown, and all of those distinguished Sigmas that have made a big difference, not only in the country and an organization, but in our lives as Black men. So thank you so much, brother, for being a part of this. Everybody, we have now your Chicago Fly Guy with the 5 things you need to know right here on the Simeon Henderson Show. And as usual, they're going to be entertaining. Where is he? Uh-oh. I almost lost the Fly Guy. You know Sheldon, right?
Oh yeah. Good brother, man. Great brother.
So before we show the Chicago Fly Guy and the 5 things that you need to know right here on the Simeon Henderson Show, what we're going to do is we're going to show you who the men of Phi Beta Sigma are and where we come from. So check this out right here.
When Langston Hughes uttered, "America never was America to me," he was honestly assessing the overt racial, social, economic strife, and injustice that characterized our United States at the turn of the century. Conditions that urged innovative change agents to lift every voice and sing, to shake the very heavens in pursuit of liberty and justice for all, to join hands with other like-minded souls in pursuit of intellectual, spiritual, and professional development in order to better serve all of humanity. These revolutionaries, these vanguards of a movement, took the responsibility for change personally and committed their lives to higher ideas. They laid the foundation for a victory they would never see. They planted seeds for the fruit they would never taste. Almost 100 years ago, 3 humble visionaries lit a torch on the campus of Howard University in Washington, D.C., and took the first steps. The rest is history.
All right, brother Jarrod. So before we get out of here, what would you like to leave the people with as your final say before the Chicago Fly Guy goes on? What would you like to say?
I would first like to say I could remember when I was 16 years old, get on my first airplane ride, and I was privileged enough to have an exit row seat. They asked me, was I willing and able in the event of an emergency to help others to get out the plane, but remember to help yourself. And it resonated with me because when I got to TSA, they asked me the same question. Frightened on my first flight, when I got to the gate, they asked me the same question. When I got on the plane, I put my headphones on, went to sleep. She tapped me, asked me the same question, and required a verbal yes and no. So what I'm actually asking you to vision right now is you as a member of Phi Beta Sigma. You're sitting on the exit row, and I'm asking you, and you're willing and able in the event of an emergency, civic unrest, in the event of an emergency when we turn to state blue called Georgia, in the event of an emergency when service is required for mankind and our brothers are being called. In the event of an emergency, when we need a scientist or epidemiologist, or if we need the next George Washington Carver, the next John Lewis, the next Elijah Cummings, are you willing and able? And brothers, at this time, I can't take a no. I need you to hit click on Conclave Vote and vote yes, because in that vote alone, you've called yourself willing and able to think big. And on that exit row, you won't just be a brother at that moment, you'll be a leader. Brother and leader is synonymous. And under this vision, I hope we can agree to see it. Please visit us at electbenjamin1914.com, brothers.
There you have it, everybody. Brother Jarrod Benjamin, elect. Okay, so you're watching the Simeon Henderson Show, and as usual, we have a special 5 things you need to know about Chicago Fly Guy, who is also a member of the mighty Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Check him out. He always entertains and excites. Let's get it.
Hey, it's America's favorite personality, your Chicago Fly Guy, and I am always, as you know, a part of that which is current and relevant. That makes me a member of the greatest fraternity known to man, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. And I'm going to bring you the top 5 things that you need to know about Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated on this special Founders Day edition of the Simeon Henderson Show. The number 5 thing that you need to know is that Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated is the first fraternity to have presidents of an international country amongst its members. We had Honorable Brother Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. We had Honorable Brother Nnamdi Azikiwe. And we had Brother William Tolbert of Liberia. Number 4, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated is the first fraternity to have its member on the face of a U.S. coin. Yes, George Washington Carver is the face of the 1951 half dollar. Number 3, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated is the first fraternity to establish a financial credit union for its members. Number 2, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated is the first fraternity to establish a youth auxiliary group. Our Sigma Beta Club was established in 1950. 1950. Number 1, We are Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, and yes, we are constitutionally bound to our sisters of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. We are the only fraternity constitutionally bound to a sorority. We love and cherish our sisters of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. I want to take this opportunity to salute all of my brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated as we prepare to celebrate 107 phenomenal years of brotherhood, scholarship, and service. Blue Phi!
You know, man, Sheldon, I love it every time. He gets better and better. So everybody, thank you guys for tuning in. Finishing up with our brother Jarrod, and you're watching the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people. We are celebrating our Global Founders Day tomorrow, Saturday, January 9th, 2021 at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, celebrating 107 years of service of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. And I just want to give a big shout out to the Divine, I can't say Divine Nine anymore because there's a little more, right? So to the Panhale and the Divine Nine. And I just want you guys to understand and know that you are necessary. Everything that you do is necessary, and we need your leadership to build a better community and a better country. Thank you so much, brother, for blessing the show with your presence. I look forward to talking to you. FIU, we got to get down there. So I will talk to you guys. Thank you guys, and make sure you support the Simeon Henderson Show. Make sure you support my brother, elect, and 1914.com. And what is the, wait, did I say it right?
Elect Benjamin.
Elect Benjamin. 1914.com. Okay. And we'll catch you guys later on the Simeon Henderson Show. We out.